Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Always Compete Seahawks podcast. I am Sam, that is Mike, and today we're going to be talking about the interior defensive line, aka the defensive tackles. We are going to be talking about three specific free agents that are on the market that could be late, that could be mid-summer signings for the Seahawks. And we're looking at a couple here that I personally think that could really add a lot to this team. We even have one former Seahawk on the list. So, Mike, let's just hop right into it. You have all the names down. Give us our first name.
So our first name that we're going to go with is Kuwan. If you remember, played for the Panthers, was really good. Kind of just before we get into it, we're going to talk about defensive tackles because I feel like we're kind of thin at the position. Right now we have Poona Ford and Al Woods. So I guess
Al Woods and Brian Monet.
Brian Monet. Boy. Yeah, so I guess
and then Poop Johnson signing incoming here pretty soon. Poop Johnson signing.
But obviously not having Poop Johnson, you could say we're a little short-handed at the position. Sam, please don't leave. I did it. I'm sorry. It was going to happen eventually. So anyway, I guess I'm hosting now. We have Kuwan Short, played for the Panthers, was pretty good. I'm going to be honest, I don't really think the Seahawks should sign Kuwan Short. Oh, he's coming back. Hey, bud. How we doing?
Kuwan Short is an interesting player for me. I think that Kuwan Short, personally, I like his play. I think that Kuwan Short's a good player. And I think that just Kuwan Short could really fit what we need, especially because of the numbers that he gets at getting to that quarterback. 11 sacks in 2015, 6 sacks in 2016, 7.5 in 2017. But recently he's been hit with a lot of injuries, a lot of injuries. In the last 2 years, he's only played 5 games. Some would say that that's bad.
Yeah. I think when you're looking at defensive tackles, you want guys that are going to really have quantity over quality. Come on, that was a good one. Come on, that was a good one.
Stop, Mike! I can't take it anymore.
You're like, I'm done.
Brandon Show was fun. Now let's just get to this point.
I'm obsessed. I can't stop. But yeah, again, speaking on quantity, I think if we want cheap and we want to just get guys on the roster, I don't think this is the guy we're going to go for. Honestly, I think he's going to be, being that he's a veteran, he's probably going to want a little bit more. I would go
and
for somebody.
He's very injury prone, which I don't like in a player.
Older, injury prone. I don't know.
Clowney was somebody who's tagged as injury prone. Like, oh, it's okay.
Played what?
Like 6 games.
Yeah. Hey, bro, he led the team in sacks though.
Over hard that is. Jesus.
Yeah, I could have competed up there on the list.
No, actually, Rasheem Green led the team in sacks. He didn't even lead the team in sacks.
With 3?
Yeah, no, Rasheem Green had like 4.
Oh, my bad. 4. Oh, there we go.
I keep forgetting how bad that defensive line was. Jesus.
So I think the consensus on Kuwan Short is no.
And it's that simple. We don't want Kuwan Short's bummy self on this team. No, he's not a bum. I'm sorry. That was
get your ass off the field. You ain't playing. You a scrub.
Listen.
He's a bona fide scrub.
He's a bona fide scrub. No, listen. When he's been on the field, he's been good, but he can't stay on the field, and that's why I don't want him.
Right.
So next player is a guy who's also had a little issue staying on the field as of late, but when he's in his prime and when he's playing, that boy is disgusting. We're talking about Mr. Geno Adkins. Formerly of the Cincinnati Bengals, was released this offseason. He's 33 years old, a 4th-round pick out of Georgia in 2010. I mean, this guy has – if you want to talk about pass rush at defensive tackle, it doesn't get much better than this. Last year, he only played 12% of snaps. That's probably because the Bengals were just in a full-on tank rebuild, and they were just like,
I didn't think the Bengals knew what they were doing.
They didn't even play Carlos Dunlap last year at all. They didn't play him.
That's the next point I was going to get into is I wouldn't take that as necessarily a bad thing because Carlos was like, hey, trade me. I want to play. Came to Seattle, balled out. So potentially, I think Geno Adkins, if he could come to Seattle, could ball out. We'd obviously give him a high snap count. He'd be the most talented defensive tackle that we have. And honestly, like I think in terms of the three guys we're talking about, Geno Atkins would probably be my favorite. Good at pass rushing. I think pass rushing at defensive tackle is our biggest weakness. And if we could get him for 3-4 million, that would be great.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers he's pulling in 2012, which was obviously a long time ago. He had 12 and a half. But recently, 2018, 10 sacks. 2019, 4.5 sacks. 4.5 sacks, believe it or not, is actually pretty good for defensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you maybe like
not everybody's
sacks,
Aaron
that's
Donald.
weak.
Not
weak.
Everybody's Aaron Donald. So.
But 4.5 sacks at defensive tackle is actually pretty good. That would be like top 10 defensive tackle numbers to do that. So he has the ability to get to the quarterback. He probably wouldn't cost that much.
Yeah.
I like Geno Adkins personally. He's not my favorite player of all these players because there's another guy who I think, and finally as our third guy here to round it out, I think that he's my favorite of the bunch. It's Mr. Sheldon Richardson, who has who was released by the Browns this offseason to make way for Jadeveon Clowney. Hilarious.
Have fun with that, Cleveland.
Yeah, but Sheldon Richardson has had his years. Like he's had years.
Yeah.
And recently, even last year, on 74% snaps played, 4.5 sacks. That's pretty good.
Right.
In 2019 in Cleveland, 3.5. 2018 in Minnesota, 4.5. For some reason,
I totally forgot he played in Minnesota. I totally forgot that he played.
Yeah, he played in Seattle. For those who remember that, he's the former Seahawk. We traded a second and Jermaine Kearse for him. He had 1 sack, but he only played 59% of the snaps, which is the second lowest in his entire career.
That was a bad trade. Let's admit it.
It wasn't a bad. I don't think it actually was a bad trade. I think it was more so that we didn't use him right. Like we did not play him. He didn't play. He didn't even play.
Wasn't he like out of shape or something? Like didn't he show up to camp like out of shape?
Maybe. I can't remember back.
Yeah, maybe I'm just confusing him with Eddie Lacy.
I like Sheldon Richardson more for his ceiling. I think this is a guy at 30. I think that he's a kind of person who you might be able to give him a multi-year deal, which is good because obviously long-term stability is nice. Geno Adkins is a 1-year rental. I think Sheldon Richardson could be like a 2-year 12 kind of guy, 2-year 17. Not 17. 13 or 13, which is 6.5, and 15 would be 7.5. So, I think it would be good.
I think you really got to think though, like if you're Pete Carroll and John Schneider, are you really going to be wanting to are you really going to want to Sheldon out all this cash for him?
That was bad. The other ones I can give you credit for. That one was bad.
You don't want to Sheldon all this cash for him?
Sheldon? Barely worse.
Shell, I don't know. I'm reaching at straws at this point.
That would be a better Brandon Shell punt, if anything. That would be a better Brandon Shell punt.
Yeah. We're making a Brandon Shell video.
Shell out all this money for.
Oh my God! I didn't even think about it last time we did the Brandon Shell one.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You gotta think about it. Yeah.
Again, that's
it's confirmed. I'm a better pun maker than Mike. Just
get out of here, bro.
If you drop it in the comments, guys, drop in the comments. # Sam is a better pun maker than Mike. Just put that down. And
now I look all pale because my identity has been shaken. I look like Pete Carroll after the pick at the goal line.
What he just went.
You could just, and then like Richard Sherman's face, you could just feel his heart just cracking in half. That's what I just felt. I'll be honest. I would like Geno. No, you don't. I would like Geno better than Sheldon, if I'm being honest. Because I think he'll be cheaper, and I think he'll provide similar pass rush numbers, maybe even better. But I do agree that Sheldon will probably get more money. But I would personally go with Geno. I think, again, the pass rush, he's been consistently one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL during his career. He stayed relatively healthy. Sheldon's had big injury problems. So, yeah, I wouldn't go with Sheldon. I would go with, personally, Geno Adkins.
Actually, Sheldon has not had big injury problems. Last year started all 16 games. The year before started all 15 games. So Mike defraud exposed as a liar.
Whoa! We go with defraud now. Wow. We really bang
Mike defraud exposed as a liar and a cheat.
Yep.
And
Thief.
uh, just
Also a
everything.
murderer. I'm also a murderer.
Domestic terrorist, the whole shebang.
Yep.
He's the Mike DeFraud is the whole
Hacker.
list.
I'm a hacker also. I steal your cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, but
Get your boy coin out of here, boy.
He's actually been arguably more healthy than Geno Atkins himself. So that's a double Mike DeFraud right there. So
Bang, bang.
yeah, I mean,
Steal my puns. You call me a liar.
yeah,
DeFraud exposed. I mean, this is a rough video for me, man.
Yeah, last year, only 8 games. Mike DeFraud is in shambles on the other side of the camera.
How am I going to show this video to my wife and kids? Once I get those, how am I going to show them to my wife and kids?
Well, it's like, all right, but anyways.
Sam, massive W. Sam, like in the anime when the guy like levels up, that's just Sam right now.
Yeah, I'm floating on a different plane.
And then
I make better
final
puns.
boss battles. And I
make better puns, and I'm exposing Mike.
Yep.
Next episode is gonna be me only. It's gonna be a full Mike expose on all the things that he's lied about.
Yes.
He said he split the money with me. He's getting 95% earnings. I don't make anything.
Yeah. I don't give him any. He's a minor though, so I don't give him anything. I mean, that's worse. That is worse. I regret saying that. This is just a massive L.
Mike, also add on child molester to the list of the list of Mike DeFraud. But anyways, so Mike DeFraud, child molester, murderer, domestic terrorist, and walking liar.
Yep. And shitty at puns.
Just Sheldon out all this money. A single tear runs down Mike's face as he says that. but anyways, I think that's gonna wrap it up.
I'm going crazy.
I think that's gonna wrap it up. Personally, I think Sheldon Richardson's better pickup. Geno Adkins is Mike's favorite. Go ahead, drop your favorite. If you think that Jarrell Casey is the best pickup, let us know. If you think that we should trade for a defensive tackle, Aaron Donald coming soon.
That's a clickbaity title. That is mega clickbait.
Once again, and I'm making up the titles. I'm just running the whole organization, and I make no money. So, Mike, it's like an illegal sweatshop over here. I'm just
with minors. Oh god.
Mike is Apple V2, just minors doing all the work.
Oh my god. It doesn't help that I have my iPhone right here.
Mike has the newest iPhone model. All right. But anyways, thank you for watching.
Is this what being interrogated by like police is like? I'm like sweating over here, dude.
Mr. DeFran.
I want a lawyer.
iPhone 12.
I should have just started this video, said I plead the fifth, and just walk away.
Just walk off screen. I'm like, I think Geno Adkins is a great get, but Sheldon Richardson is great. Yeah. And Mike, and I've run now. I'm truly running the whole organization.
Yep.
And Mike would still make more money than me.
Exactly. So, that's called capitalism, Sam. It's called capitalism, dog.
All right. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.
All right. Peace.